What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So just recently I started doing some wheel polishing, and mainly just on the side whenever I got some free time. But I got a hold of some stock 17-inch Alcoa dually wheels, and super scratched up, dinged, whatever. I mean, they're not that good. Owner said that he actually took a mudding and they're all super scratched up. So I've searched all over the internet trying to find out how to polish these wheels. Come to find out, they are clear coated. So what I did was, I didn't know that at first, and I started sanding them. So I went to sand them just like I did with my 22.5s or the 22s on the first gen, and everything was going well until I got through that clear coat, and that didn't look too good. So I'm probably gonna flip you around here in just a minute and show you what I'm working with, but I'm gonna go through the steps on what I've done getting these things looking a lot better than stock, pretty much, from my perspective and the owner of these wheels. And because, well, I'll show you here in a second. I'll show you how I do it, what I'm using, what is my way of doing this, and we'll kind of just go from there. So we'll flip you around here. So this is what I'm talking about. These are the stock 17 Alcoas, and I don't know if you can tell, but these are just like the clear coat that's already coming off, and that is from just running in the mud. And there's the other outer. Now, what the plan is whenever I went to go sanding, this started getting really bad. So what you need is, you can't just take your normal polishing wheel, grinder, your sandpaper, and your clays and go to sanding this, because not much is going to happen, because that clear coat is pretty much protecting that wheel from getting polished. Now, this wheel is shiny. I mean, it's clean, but it looks foggy, and I personally don't like that. And so the process to get these things looking brand new, get all this off, make this go away, is to strip the clear off of these wheels and allow this wheel to be an aluminum wheel again. And the way to do that is this stuff right here. Citri Strip Paint and Varnish Stripping Gel. On the back of it, it says 30 minutes up to 24 hours. Oh, if it'll, right there, 30 minutes up to 24 hours. And give or take, this has taken a lot longer. Now I'll turn you around to what I've been working on already, but I just added the stripping gel to this one about it's been 30 minutes to an hour already. But you can see right here, that's a big gash in the wheel itself, so that's gonna have to get sanded out. There's many scratches all along this thing. So stripping the clear off and then allowing you to sand all of this is gonna make this job 10 times easier. Plus it's gonna look 1,000 times better. And once we get all this clear stripped off, this thing's gonna look brand spanking new. Now, yes, the clear protects the wheel from having to need to be polished every few months, but the polished look is gonna look, like I said, 1,000 times better. So I'm gonna set y'all up on this, on the stand here. I'm gonna get the stripping gel. Ooh. So I just poured it into like a little bucket here with a paintbrush, and we're gonna paint it on let it sit for a few hours, and whenever I come back, I'll show you what the clear is gonna start to look like. And what I've learned the best is, I know a lot of people will take like a scraper, such as this. No, don't use that. That takes way too long. I've used that. I've used a paint strip. No, it was a wooden stir stick. I've used wipes, wheel cleaner. Take it to your pressure washer. If you have a pressure washer, go get one, because that thing is amazing. Because once this clear coat, it's really sticky when you take the varnish off of it, or the varnish and the clear coat off. Taking it outside and pressure washing it turns an hour job to 5-minute job. So, where you at? Garage door broken. See, the wife isn't very happy that I'm rolling wheels in and out of the house, but oh well, gotta be done. So I'm gonna set y'all up on the tripod here, kind of get a good view of me adding the stripping gel onto this thing on the wheel, and we'll be back after it looks like it may need to be pressure washed. And after that, like showing you, I'll do before and after pictures. So I'll take a picture of these wheels before with the clear coat on, and then I'll take a picture after and do a side-by-side, or a just a before and after on these things, and you'll see how big of a difference it is with just out the clear. So set you up and put this gel on these wheels. Okay. You a real quick of the shine. You can see if you can see it from here. You can see pretty good. There you go. There's a little bit better. See how it's like really foggy? I don't like that. So, little update, we are 1 hour in. And let me get out of the light here. So you can see right around the edges of where the lug nut goes, you can start seeing that clear coat peeling away. The entire wheel needs to look like that. And it's starting to dry up a little bit. May need to do some extra coats later, but everything's looking pretty well. This one's starting to do it as well too. Yep. So definitely going to take a few more hours, and hopefully we got some finished work. This one's probably not going to take very long, and I will zoom in.
do a video on that one as soon as we get that one all cleaned up, maybe throw a polish on it. And
so this is a very timely process with letting this stripping gel work, do its job. I started this at 11, and we are 6 hours into this thing, and this is where we're at. So we definitely have the stuff around the edges here, but we're starting to get all this up here. So it's definitely getting there, but like I said, this is a very, very timely process. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this overnight or not, but I'm sure this wheel can be done, so I'm probably gonna wipe that one down. And yep. All right guys, so this is the wheel that was sitting over there, but as you can tell, this thing looks amazing. I will point out, let's see where they're at. Whenever I was sanding it with the clear coat on, you can see this area here, there's another one there, there's a little bit there around the circle. But other than that, this thing is not even polished yet. This is just taking the clear coat off. I'm probably gonna do a little bit of sanding because you can tell there's a little bit of scratches, but this thing's like a mirror. And that's what that one's gonna look like. So I think last time I came in here and showed you this one, I was like 6 hours, and now I'm like 6.5, 7. I did a little scratch off spot here, and I reapplied some of that tarnish remover, and looking good. Got these other two starting to peel too, so probably another few more hours. I was giving y'all an update on this guy here because it's looking really good. I'm gonna have to do some little bit of sanding on these little spots here, and just another one right down here. But there you go. I mean, you can see this thing is looking pretty good. A lot better than when you just have them clear coated. My personal opinion. All right guys, so we are officially 9 hours into this clear coat getting stripped off. And yes, it's dark outside because I started this at 11 o'clock this morning. But here's what we got. It's looking really toasty, but a lot of these areas still aren't peeling up yet. So I'm thinking we let this sit overnight and probably get started really early in the morning, because since the sun comes up earlier, I'm gonna get up early, get these all washed off, and if I need to recoat them with the varnish stripper, then I'll do that and then head to work and then come back home and finish it off. But I did want to point out the main reason I'm doing this because I really don't want to sand all this. I hate sanding. Even with having an electric sander, it sucks. It's messy. You then have to do multiple steps of sanding to get that fineness so you can just polish them up, because I really don't want to do 4, 5, 6 steps of sanding on all these wheels and then to polish. That's just a lot of work that I really don't want to do. I'm sure some people can do it, but I don't feel like it. So that's why we're going this route. It's less work, less mess. But once we get all this off and them shining up like I got this wheel, we'll probably do one or two runs of polishing, and these things will be top notch. And then I'll probably coat them in some, I don't know, I think I got some white diamond, so that'll keep them looking good for a while. So I'll catch back up with y'all in the morning. All right guys, just want to give you a little update. So this morning, took everything out here, pressure washed all of the varnish remover off, but as you can tell, I'm back on a second-ish coat. And as you can tell on this wheel, I started on it, but I stopped, so I'll video this one, but you can tell not all of it came off. This is still really on there. It's kind of like a rubbery type feel now, but I'm going to put a second coat on all these wheels, let it set overnight again, and then the next morning I'll come back out here, pressure wash everything off, and the sheeting should look fantastic. Because like, I mean, all these little spots, all of it's gone. I mean, there's really good spots around here that look really good. And doop. So slap a second coat on here and catch back up to y'all with it before we wash all these off tomorrow. All right, so it's actually been a few days. The varnish stripper has taken a little bit longer than I was expecting. So remember that first wheel sitting in the back, that was done during, well, here, I'll start over. I started one of the wheels and it went smoothly. It took 2 days to strip everything off. Took one coat, second coat, everything came off the second time. All right, well, the day I started these three, a cold front hit. That night, while I was letting them sit in my garage and allowed all the stripping to come off. Well, that didn't help a thing. The stripping gel says that it has to be within 65 to 85 degrees, and they are not lying. This stuff took like 3 or 4 days to strip everything off. And I'll tell y'all around here, I mean, these things look freaking amazing though. I am very happy how these turned out. They had all these scratches inside the no, not that one, these. It had all the scratches right here on the outside right there because he went mudding or whatever in them. But this is not polished. I only took the clear coat off these wheels and these things are freaking shiny. I absolutely love this look over that clear coat look, because that clear coat just looks foggy. But this one on the other hand, I mean, it looks good, but I've got some up here that still hasn't come off, some down here and in areas, and especially around these the little Alcoa circle parts, that was hard to get them off. And so temperature really puts a toll on time when you're trying to strip clear coat off of these wheels. So we are, I think, day 4 or 5, and I really don't know. I'm probably just gonna touch up these with some white diamond and let them be. On the other wheel, I had to do some sanding because it actually had quite a bit of scratches still in it because of the whole mudding situation, but most of the scratches were in the clear coat. So once the clear coat came off, everything looked way better. So I'm actually in the process of sanding. Well, I already sanded, which you can kind of see here, but I started polishing around the wheel a little bit already, and I'll kind of show you what I'm using. First and foremost, I'm using a Milwaukee multi-speed angle grinder, and my polishing kit is the Zephyr. Absolutely love this. I have this wheel with the big cutting compound. I've got the purple and green. That's your second, and then your white on white, and that's your coloring. So
I'm gonna do all 3 of these on this wheel specifically so I can get it looking like these. And then I'll probably just touch up these with some white diamond because I don't think there's a need in polishing them. They're practically brand new. And until they get some wear on them, 6 months to a year down the road, then they might need to be polished. But these things, I am falling in love with them. They shine better than my 22 Alcoas on the 1st gen. Oh, this one has a gash the size of the Grand Canyon on it. And I have no idea if I'm even gonna be able to get that out. I'm gonna give it a shot though, but I'm gonna set y'all up on my little tripod over there, and I'm gonna get some video of me polishing. Oh, one other thing I absolutely recommend is this girl right here. This and some white diamond. I did the circles, and those things came out freaking awesome compared to most of the other wheel, which is right here. But that's gonna look way better after I get done with the second and third second and third step of the polishing. So get y'all set up, and we'll get to polishing.
Well, I think this one is done. I'd say this one is done. It's not perfect, but it is way better than, oh, I think I still got a bunch of little stuff on here. It's way better than it was. So I am very happy with these things. All right. I mean, you know the process. I'm gonna take all this off and, like I said, hit all this with some white diamond and should be ready to roll. Yeah, that one's not as shiny as these, but I did have to sand them down and then polish them. Well guys, there you have it. Stripping and polishing 17-inch stock Dodge Alcoa wheels. And in my preference, this is the wheel I polished. And I mean, it is pretty clear. I mean, pretty bright and shiny, but definitely not as shiny as a just straight stripped clear coat wheel. Which this is gonna start looking like this one eventually, but in my opinion, this looks amazing because obviously it's a brand new aluminum wheel compared to a slightly used one. And I'm just gonna take all this stripping off and I'm gonna call them good. And honestly, I'm not even really gonna attempt to try and take this gouge out until he's ready to get these polished again, because I really don't want to, like a strip of slightly looking like this on that wheel whenever it's just super shiny. So I'm just gonna let it be. And by all means, I am not an expert. I am not a professional polisher, just a little bit of YouTube and recommendations on what products to use, and I've been very happy with it. I'm sure there will be more polishing videos in the near future because I got the 22.5s or milled 22s on the first gen, and then I got the 22s on the third gen, and I just never seen the Dodge stock Alcoas polished. I can't find a video online about them. I'm sure there is somewhere, but I couldn't find them. And it's just a learning process, obviously. So I'm sure somebody will watch this video and be like, wow, well, I'll have to do a lot of work to get them polished. But I absolutely love this polished look over the clear coated look. So if you ever want to, it's a little bit of time. There's a nice little process that has to be done. And but the finished product is amazing. Absolutely love it. So there you go. I'm gonna go hit the editing. Hopefully have this video up in the next few days. And we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.